An old devil lived in hell, seeing people living happily and joyfully. It envied, so it told the small devil to find a way so that people become greedy. The old devil decided to send the little devil come to disrupt a farmer's life. The little devil thought out a way. It wouldn't have made things difficult for that farmer in the first place, but chose to be friends with him. It had the ability to predict the future, so it told the farmer that next year there would be a drought, told him grow rice in wetlands. Farmers trusted and followed. Sure enough, the following year there was a drought. Everyone in the village had no harvest. Only Farmer had a bumper harvest. Since then, his life improved greatly, and he became a rich man in the village. Then the little devil taught the farmer to trade. It instructed the farmer to use the rice, brew it into wine, and sell it. Gradually, the farmer abandoned his fields, made money by doing business. One day, the old devil came to Earth. The little devil said, soon it would show the old devil the result, because the farmer began to develop greed. Then one night, the farmer hosted a party, invited all the rich people in the village to attend. That day, they drank the best wine, ate the most delicious food, arranged loyal servants to serve respectfully. All of them are mischievous. Drank until they got drunk. The little devil said to the old devil, Farmer not only became greedy, but also very cruel. As soon as he finished his speech, a servant was bringing up a jar of wine, accidentally slipped and fell, dropped the jar. The farmer saw that, extremely angry, and shouted loudly, You trash, lick it clean for me. Said the servant, Oh, my master, our servants, until now we haven't eaten a single bite of rice, a sip of water that hasn't been drunk yet. My whole body no longer has any strength. That's why, the farmer shouted. The work hasn't been done yet, and you still want to eat, are you dreaming? The old devil was very happy to see this scene. The little devil said to the old devil, Actually, it didn't need to do much. It was just the farmer. He had more than he needed. This could stimulate his greed. The little devil also said, Less than half a year, the farmer would fall into troubles, would wander around the streets and corners of the market. As expected, it was not beyond the little devil's expectations. The farmer spent the rest of his life for gambling, spent wastefully, and became empty-handed. One day when he woke up, he thought about the simple days in the past. He longed for such a life. But the fields had become dry. Nothing could be grown anymore. Once upon a time, there was an old couple. The wife did housework. The husband went up the mountain every day to cut wood. They lived in joy and comfort. One day, the old man went up the mountain to cut wood and forgot the time. Halfway down the mountain, it was dark. It was too dark to find his way home. So he stayed one night in the mountain. The next morning, the old man was thirsty. He went to a pond nearby for a drink. Then he carried the wood down the mountain. As he arrived home, the old woman stopped her husband and asked him who he was. The old man told her he was her husband. However, the old woman refused to accept it, said that her husband was almost 60 years old. How could he be this young? The old man felt something wrong and looked in the mirror and found that he became a young man. The old man told his wife what had happened yesterday. The old woman was very happy then. She insisted that she must drink that water to be younger and well-matched with the husband. He thought his wife was right and immediately showed her the way to the pond. After the wife went up the mountain, he stayed at home waiting for his wife. He waited a whole day and didn't see her coming back. So he went up the mountain to find her. After arriving at the pond, he only saw the clothes and didn't see his wife. He was anxious to think that she had encountered a wild animal. Suddenly, There was sounds of a baby crying. He traced the direction where the sound came out. He saw a baby with a face like his wife's. He picked up the baby. He cried and said, "My wife, why are you so greedy? Drinking so much water. How long do I have to wait until you grow up? If you drank a little bit less, the result would not be like this. Our lives would be better." In real life, greed always makes us grab things like materials, money, wealth, and physical satisfaction that doesn't belong to us. That will only make it impossible for us to live peacefully and self-contained. The first time we have a job in our lives, we hope to get a high salary. After receiving a satisfactory salary, we want to get rich in a short time by any means. We desire for illegal gains. When we have money, we want rights. And finally, the future we planned was twisted by greed. So have the will, and always try to achieve the goal you set. Will drives human development, leads them to success. In our life, only taking steps of our own value can lead to a happy life. In opposite, if you let greed control you, everything will be turned upside down, and happiness, of course, is beyond reach.